Alright, welcome back to part 8 now of Let's Play Pokemon Blue. We're still here on Nugget Bridge. 2 down. Here's number 3. We're working our way over to meet Bill, find out what's up with him, and then fight Misty. So, yeah, we just can continue leveling up our Pokemon against these very weak opponents. Unfortunately, I forgot that Pikachu was about to die, so oops. There he goes. I'm probably not going to bother training Spearow, so I don't plan on keeping it, really, for that much longer. So I'm going to focus mostly on Nidoran. My god, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, basically Rattata using Hyper Fang is really annoying, because it's a very powerful attack for anything to learn this early in the game, so when your Pokemon are low level, it just wrecks you. Cool, Poison Sting. Not particularly useful, but it's nice to have a same type attack bonus. If you don't know what same type attack bonus is, it's usually abbreviated stab, because it's a pain in the butt to say every time. Basically, if you use a move that's the same type as your Pokemon, it does twice as much, or does 1.5 times as much damage as it normally would. So that's nice. So I think Poison Sting has a base damage of 20. But if a poison type uses it, it becomes 30. So, it's still weak as crap, but it's slightly less weak than normal if a poison type uses it. Apparently, Bug is super effective against poison. I'm not sure what's going on there, because I didn't think that was the case. I'll have to look into this. Yeah, I'll check it out and get back to you on that one. You just use Confusion, which I believe is the first time we've seen that at this point. Basically what it does is your Pokemon has a 50% chance of attacking itself instead of the opponent if it's confused. Very annoying. Alright, so I just looked it up online. Apparently, in Generation 1, Bug is super effective against Poison, and Poison is super effective against Bug. So, that's why I got it wrong, because they changed it in every other game after this one and made them resist each other. But apparently in the first generation here, Bug and Poison are super effective against each other. So, that's where I made that mistake. Guess you learn something new every day, huh? Yeah, I don't know why I switched into Spearow. I think I just missed Nidoran, which is what I was aiming for. So I guess I'll just let Spearow die, and then switch back into Nidoran. Actually, we'll just have Charmander kill this thing. Should probably heal up after this fight, too. Because I'm almost out of Pokemon. I know Liz can take it, but I kind of want to level up the other ones. Alright, so one thing I noticed when I was looking up the type resistances in the first generation brought to my attention a bug that I had forgotten about, where the super effectiveness of moves is sometimes glitched in this game, where since some Pokemon have dual types, the move may or may not actually be super effective against them sometimes, because the game calculates based on the second type instead of the first type sometimes. So let's say you have a Gyarados, which is water flying, and if you were to use a grass type attack on it, it would be super effective due to the water type, but also resisted by the flying type. So in later generations it would do normal damage, but in Generation 1, since it calculates it based off the second attack, or the second type, which is flying, Gyarados actually resists grass instead of being neutral to it. So that's kind of the sort of thing that comes up in first generation with the dual typing and super effectiveness. Just thought that was kind of interesting. Alright, so now that we're all healed up, let's keep going on Nugget Bridge. Only have a couple more trainers to go, and then we can get to another group of trainers, but first things first, we have to beat the last trainer on the bridge. Here's a Mankey. Unless you're playing yellow, I don't think you ever encounter a Mankey until now. Basically, he's a fighting type. He's not particularly good, but for this stage in the game, I guess he's kind of tough to deal with, especially at level 18. It's kind of high for this point. So he's probably gonna kill Pikachu, because Pikachu's not doing squat. But I guess that's okay. Get him to do some damage, and then switch in Nidoran. Hopefully it'll evolve after that. Let's find out. See how much damage this does. Yeah, okay, so Nidoran should be able to beat him easily. Awesome. Okay, so Nidoran didn't grow to level 16, so I guess in the next fight he probably will. Because even though we had to beat 5 trainers to get a prize, of course, the game won't make it that easy. There's this last guy here. It says we earn a fabulous prize, a nugget, but of course, there's a catch. He wants us to join Team Rocket, and of course, being the good hero, we don't have a choice and we automatically say no. And then he makes us battle him. If you were wondering, the nugget that he gave us, they have no real use in the game. You can't do anything with them, but you can sell them for $5,000. So that's always nice. That's literally their only purpose. So you might as well do that next time you're at a mart. Because that's a lot of cash. It's always useful to have. It's better than having the nugget just like clog up your inventory. Yeah, and this guy's really easy at this point in the game. Because if you haven't figured out, the Rockets tend to really only have the same Pokemon. He has some weak poison type and then like a Zubat or something. Oh, here we go. Now he's level 16. So he'll evolve after this battle. Yeah, and here's the Zubat. Because now we'll switch in Charmander since Zubat is, or since Nidoran is going to evolve. And since now we know that Bug is super effective against poison in this game. Confusion. Great. Alright, so now you get to see a 50% chance of hurting yourself when you're confused. It's really annoying. Especially when you get it twice in a row. I've had level 30 Pokemon die to level 10 Pokemon because of confusion. It's a good tactic to use against your opponent, but it's just annoying when it happens to you. Alright, so now Nidoran will evolve into Nidorino. Of course, he still wants us to join because we're clearly better than him, so we'd be a good addition. But I think here I'm going to be looking for a Bellsprout, because I don't really have anything that can handle Misty at this point, because she uses water types, and Charmander is weak to that. Charmeleon is weak to that. Charmander is too, but... so there are some good grass types in here, especially if you're running blue like I am. You can catch a Bellsprout, which, in my opinion, is a very underrated grass type. It's actually pretty good if you know how to use it. If you have red, you can catch an Oddish, which is not quite as good, but again, if you started with Charmander, you might as well, because it's super effective against Misty's water types. So I think after we get a Bellsprout, I'm going to cut this episode, and then the next one we can do the remaining trainers, and then get to Bill, and hopefully even tackle Misty in that. So, hopefully Charmeleon doesn't wipe this Bellsprout out. Okay, good. Growth is a useful attack. It boosts Bellsprout's special, so its grass attacks do more damage. But, oops, no, I want to use a potion. I want a Pokeball. Yeah, so you can already catch it at level 13, which is pretty decent. You get up to about 15 or 16, and it should be able to handle Misty pretty well, especially with good support, like from our Pikachu. Yeah, I guess since we have Pikachu, we didn't really need a Bellsprout. But I usually catch one, because I like Bellsprouts. Yeah, so I think I'll just cut the video here. And next time we'll resume getting to Bill and fighting Misty.